So law of sine and law of cosine are to solve certain triangles that are not right triangles. So if you have a triangle that's not a right triangle, you can use one of these if you have the right information. So the first thing to note, first we're going to do law of sine, then we're going to do law of cosine, and then we're going to come back and do a sheet that says pick which one makes sense to use, okay? So you need to know. When you think of law of sine, you think of full fraction. Do I have a full fraction? And that means, do I have all the information in this fraction, or this fraction, or that fraction? So let's see what we have. We have angles are the capital letters. So A, big B, big C are the angles, and the small letters are the sides. But they're not just any side, they're the sides opposite the angles. So if angle A is opposite side A, angle B is opposite side B, and angle C is opposite side C. So I know that I have angle A is 12 degrees, and I have angle C is 114, and then I have little c. If you look here from angle C across the field, 35 is little c. It's across from that angle. Who does not understand that? I don't know anything about big B or little b in this problem. Every problem is going to be different. You got to say what I have and what I need. So I'm just going to cross them out. You don't need them, okay? I don't have anything. You could find big B by subtracting from 180, but you don't need to on this one. So now I have the A and the C formulas. So I have sine of 12 over little a equals sine of 114, which is big C, over 35. Now little a is across from big A, so little a would be right here. So they're asking us to find BC. BC is the same as little a. So once I found little a, I found my answer. And when I have two fractions equal to each other, the way to solve them is to cross multiply. And we have a sine of 114 equals 35 sine of 12. And to leave the a alone, we divide by sine of 114. And we get little a by putting this in the calculator and dividing it by that. So now you look and see, does this make sense? The 114 degree angle is opposite a 35 unit side, right? And they're saying that little a is almost 8. Let's put an 8 here. And that makes sense because 12 degrees is much smaller, so that's going to be a much smaller size than 35. If you got a number bigger than 35, there's something wrong with what you did. It cannot be bigger than 35 because 114 is going to be the biggest angle in that triangle, and 35 is going to be the biggest side. If you get something like 0.28, probably wrong too. You probably did something wrong. So kind of look and make sure it makes sense, okay? Now to check it, you can just put sine of A over little a in your calculator, find that decimal, and then put sine of C over little c in your calculator. It should be very, 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 very close. It should be off maybe by a hundredth of a point, okay? So here I have big A is 87 degrees, and little a is 28 because this goes straight across. And then I need big C, that's what they're asking for, and little c is 25 because that's straight across, okay? So I put sine of 87 over 28 equals sine of big C over 25. Now here we cross multiply and let the math take us there before we do anything crazy. So this is going to be 25 sine of 87 equals 28 sine of C. And then we're going to divide by 28 on both sides. So in order to find big C, it's going to be sine of big C equals 25 sine 87 over 28. I'm just rewriting it because these 28s bite the dust. And what you're going to key in your calculator is second sine of 25 sine of 87 over 28. See if you get the right answer. So your answer is 63.08 degrees. Because you're looking for an angle, you had to use the second button.